criminal act to fabricate lies and peddle it as truth. What the Wire has done is unforgivable. This cannot be called a news organization anymore. It was always known as some kind of a propaganda site. But this act of criminality, editorial fabrication, is just unbelievable. It has brought shame to the profession of journalism. Ladies and gentlemen, this conspiracy to deceive the world through the biggest fake news story has now led to criminal action. This is what has happened, and then we quickly debate.
Stories were carefully fabricated. Malicious and calculated propaganda was floated.
On October 11, 2022, Meta's communication head, Mr. Andy Stone, issued a categorical denial and stated that the documents presented by The Wire in its report were fabricated and that the exchequer status had been mischaracterized. Consequently, I am left with no option other than to seek appropriate legal remedies against The Wire and its management and reporters.
Compelled to take lies down, The Wire found a scapegoat and tried to pin the blame on former staffers. The Wire has reportedly put the onus on the ex-employee Devesh Kumar and went on to call him mentally disturbed. But now, booked for criminal fabrication and forgery, the law's catching up with them. Searches have been conducted at the homes of the founding editors, Siddharth Vardarajan and M.K. Venu. Those behind the biggest fake news story in the world can't get away after seeking donations on the back of fabrications. It's time for accountability from their ecosystem and amplifiers within. Let's debate.
And M.K. Venu right now, I'm told, and Siddharth Vardarajan, I'm not sure of Siddharth Bhatia, facing criminal action for this act of forgery. And by the way, Premshankar Jha, Ghanshyam Tiwari and Sameer Kaul, and Sandeep Ghosh and Sankrant Sahu and PKD Nambiar, Mr. Jha, they have accepted this act of forgery and cheating and criminal conspiracy. They're trying to say that they were misled. They were misled, they say. But that is an argument that anyone can make. The fact is, was the crime committed? The crime was committed. So they can't really play victim here, can they, when they've admitted that they have carried out this dastardly crime?
Are you
yes, that is to you. That is to you.
Are you asking me a question or are you making a statement?
I'm making a statement.
What is the question? You
I'm making a statement to which I wish to get your reaction.
No, you asked me. No, be more precise than that.
Okay, then I'll ask you a precise question. Should this fabrication be celebrated or investigated?
It should be investigated. In fact, my very first reaction when I read about this was that my first reaction was, who planted this on The Wire? The reason why I felt I thought that is that The Wire publishes at least 20 news stories per day, and about certainly a third of them are political stories, which makes 7,000 to 8,000 new stories a year, and at least 2,000 to 3,000 political stories. One story has been picked. You picked out. Have you got any? Is there any other story that has ever been identified as having been even wrong or false, or something that had to be?
Yes, in fact, since you are asking to be precise, you're asking to be precise. Just one point, Mr. Jha. No, since you asked a question, I wish to respond to that, and Sandeep can corroborate it. Is there any other story? First of all, I want to tell you that Siddharth Vardarajan and the others of The Wire said that this was a 2-year-old investigation, so it's not just any other story. And the second point I wish to make, Sandeep can take it further, is that the stories against Bharat Biotech were patently false and fabricated as well, and on instructions of the court had to be pulled back. So I can call them serial offenders. Sandeep, you want to counter Mr. Jha on that?
Yeah, there are whole instances. There is, as I keep saying, there is a difference between news stories and there is a difference between investigation. Mr. Jha is old enough in the profession to know that when you are saying something, it's an investigative journalism, You put in a lot of time behind it, a lot of due diligence, including a due diligence on the people you have engaged to do the investigation for you. And this is nothing new in terms of the tech world. Even good old days when people would engage criminal investigators or people who reported on criminal crime stories, you had to check their credentials. Forget that. Even people who today go and report page 3 gossip, people try to check their credentials because they could be reporting gossip, which is not true. And so Wire engaged this guy. First, again, they had published Tech Fog, which now they have pulled out, and the whole world and their uncle, like Ravish Kumar and everybody went and propagated it. And the difference, Arnab, I'll end in that, even now they would have brazened it out had it not been for Meta taking them on.
Yeah.
And Meta is,
Precisely.
why all these people have got their Tech Fog. They did not go back everywhere else because they could take the Indian government, Indian establishment, Indian critics on board. And here Meta is the hand that feeds, and therefore they had to backtrack. And now they're trying to throw this guy under the bus after making all kinds of pious claims. Why does Siddharth Vardharajan have to rush to claim the byline? He was hoping for another, like in Tech Fog, he got a Netherlands award. Maybe he was hoping like this Zubair, he'll get nominated for the Nobel next time. Otherwise, what was his hurry to claim the byline on this?
It's really pathetic, the kind of overt fabrication that we have seen out here in this case. Mr. Jha, you realize it, I know, with the look on your face, that it's really sad, this kind of disinformation peddling which has been done out here, and it's truly unforgivable. I mean, I do understand, Mr. Jha, that a lot of people would have some ideological sympathy for the Wire, saying this is the pillar of anti-Modi campaigns. However, right now, you must understand, from Pegasus to Judge Loya to Rafale, multiple cases have happened right now. This case, they bit off more than they could chew. And the fact is, it's an overt case of fabrication. And it's an overt case, so it casts a deep shadow over their motives.
Will you allow me?
No. But don't you believe but you are Mr. Jha, a member of the Editors Guild of India.
Will you hear me out or not?
I would, but doesn't it incense you what they have done? Doesn't it incense you?
First, I have been the story itself incenses me most definitely, without any shadow of doubt about that. But the question is, who planted it?
Who planted it?
How?
It's bizarre.
Absolutely certain it was.
Who planted it?
You are supposed to be.
Absolutely.
Why do you say that?
Don't you cut me. Let me finish. You talk the whole time. Don't cut me.
No, Mr.
Hear me
Jha,
first. Hear me first. Hear me first.
You have said planted. I take objection to the planted.
Will you shut up and hear me out first?
No, I won't.
Shut up and hear me.
Who are you to use? No, you can't use such terms, Mr. Jha. With due reference.
Shut up first.
No, I won't. Don't use the word shut up. Don't use the word shut up. If you are saying a word planted, please justify it. At this moment, you cannot. That's what the problem with people like you who have been in the editorial chair. Earlier, you never got questioned by people like us. You passed on whatever you thought, peddled it, and thought the ordinary public will take it as gospel truth. And that's what the thing is.
And now you are. The thing is, Mr. Jha.
Siddharth Vardharajan is no kid on the block.
Do you know your reputation in the news profession, Mr. Goswami?
Well, I tell you one thing, Mr. Jha, it's certainly better than these guys. And I don't need a certificate from you or from the Editors Guild of India. I don't need a certificate from you or the Editors Guild of India. You are not even having you don't even have the spine today to call a spade a spade, and you're questioning me, Mr. Jha. You're taking advantage of the fact that I'm being frightfully respectful of your age and seniority. But then you're wrong. Are you aware that you're compromising whatever credibility you have by standing up for what the Wire has done?
Are you?
Why would you do that?
Are you even going to?
Why would you do that?
Are you?
Why would you do that, sir?
I am not compromising.
So why no other country tolerates fake news
It's
peddlers?
much too strong for
You
you to
tell me
get.
one thing, Mr. Jha, since you provoked me now. PKD is on the debate. Let's argue. Let me tell you one thing. Let me tell you. Please don't. First of all, don't take a high moral ground with me. I reject it. I don't take a high. I won't accept your high moral ground, sir. I won't accept your high moral ground, sir. I won't at all. I won't. I won't.
Lies are lies.
I will question a rank offender like The Wire with all the force at my command. You got sentimentally attached to them, and you're compromising the very basics of journalism by doing so.
You will not let me speak.
But why are you compromising the profession itself?
You are not letting me.
But
speak
why are you
at all.
compromising the profession itself?
I'm not. I compromise the profession.
Of course you are. PKD is responding right now. PKD is on the debate. PKD.
I am only saying
PKD.
with all due respect to the age and seniority of our learned panelists, I can only tell you that the lies are lies. Even if you manufacture it, it will remain as a lie. But a journalist, when the journalist should not be guided by the blind hatred against Prime Minister Modi, or for that matter anybody whomsoever they don't like their ideology. That is not journalism. Journalism must have some kind of an objectivity. And I think if that objective, when the Wire lose that objectivity and put it on to his own employees, and the people like you come and say in a platform like this here that, oh yes, it could have been one mistake.
Sir, something is not.
It is a series of mistakes. It is a series of mistakes. They have made a big mistake.
And Charu and Ghanshyam right now in this part of the debate. Charu and Ghanshyam on this part. I'll have to take one versus one because I can't give any one panelist disproportionate time. So Charu and then Pragya. Ghanshyam and then Charu will debate this. A case here of overt fabrication. Meta's communications director, Microsoft employee, shared chat, persistent systems, cybersecurity expert, Kanish Karan, all have called out the criminal fabrication. What is there to defend, Ghanshyam here?
Well, let's start one by one. Does anyone believe here that fake news on Facebook has not been called out in the past from country to country? So Facebook has made fake news its business. That's clear. Second, does anyone believe here that Amit Malviya, Sambit Patra, and vast Indian news media channels? Please don't interrupt. Charu, you'll get your time. Charu, you'll get your time. Please don't interrupt. We don't debate like this.
It's
you
a
get your time. Please allow me to
comparison,
This is not a circus. Please allow me to complete my sentence. Second, Amit Malviya, Sambit Patra, name 1 year from 2014 to 2022 when these people have not peddled fake news. 1 year. Arnab, your journalism on fire. Name 1 year when they did not peddle fake news. Or this government that raided Twitter. Does this government stand for fake news, against fake news?
Are you defending this crime?
Telegraph. Last 1 year,
are you defending this crime?
Tablighi Jamaat. Supreme Court of India has called out the fake news business of Indian media. So no one here holds the torch for news. News is dead.
I think first of all, Ghanshyam, you want to defend what the Wire has done. You can do that. You don't, no. First of all, I'm really sorry that the apostle of journalism for the lobby, which was the Wire for you, has fallen. But understand, Ghanshyam, it has fallen. It has fallen. Your editorial pillar has fallen. It has been called out across the entire world, and we have 2 versus 2. Samir Kaul is on the debate right now. The question is about what the Wire has done. Samir Kaul and then Charu. Charu and then Samir Kaul on the debate. Charu first and Samir Kaul. Yes.
My final sentence.
Very quickly. First of all, every single time the Wire misreport. Can I please get my word in? Thank you, Ghanshyam. So every single time the Wire is publishing fake news, they do a retraction. That is it. Full stop. You cannot just do a retraction and get away with it. N number of times. I am glad now somebody has called them out and taken serious action against them. This needed to be done. First of all. The second thing is that all the rumors that were being spread, all the articles that were being written, simply taking them off your platform is not sufficient. Now you are throwing the wrong person under the bus. The owners of the Wire, the people who should be under the scanner today and answering are the ones who need to face the fire, and that is it. There are no 2 ways about this. Another thing is that there was a point of time when Siddharth went around posting
to the platformer, everywhere, saying that I am equally involved in this article. This is mine as well. Now, suddenly, he pretends he's got nothing to do with
now
it.
He says I was misled. Now he says I was misled. But what is more worrying to me, Sameer, what is more worrying to me and is the fact that the entire ecosystem has taken it upon itself almost to defend this crime. What is it looking to achieve by doing so?
Arnab, thank you for having me on your program. And I'm coming after a long time and I'm indebted. But why are we discussing something as inane as disinformation, which is worldwide? Why not Morbi?
Now you're going to tell me about Morbi. We've been debating Morbi all day, in case you don't know. Then you're living in a parallel universe. Then you're living in a parallel universe, Sameer. I don't need your lectures for that. You're in a completely parallel universe. I think Sandeep can respond to you well on that, Sandeep. Sandeep, he doesn't know what's going on.
But that's the
You're not in this universe, Sameer. You may be in any universe, you're not in this one. You are not in this universe if you say so.
Sameer, you have joined in later. You have come in late to the party. Sameer, you have come in late to the party. He was debating this.
Have died.
He was debating this till 5 minutes back.
I don't.
You can do whatever you want.
All you're doing is, Sameer, you're trying to avoid this issue. Why are you trying to avoid this?
All that was discussed in a very robust debate.
For the last 24 hours, we've been broadcasting non-stop on Morbi. Sameer doesn't know.
Arnab has been.
Disinformation is a worldwide phenomenon.
Today, Ghanshyam says, you say disinformation happens everywhere. You appear very forgiving about it.
For human fault.
But why would you be forgiving about it?
Why are you not talking about it?
Why would you be forgiving about it?
They have been talking about it the whole day.
Take a stand, Ghanshyam. Take a stand, Sameer. Take a stand against this information and this level of fake news. Take a stand. Take a stand.
Disinformation. I think
Come on, Ghanshyam and Sameer, take a stand.
Is forgotten now forever.
I mean, I'm really
2 versus 2. Take a stand. Sankrant Sahu, last word. You haven't spoken. Sankrant Sahu, quickly. Sankrant Sahu.
Absolutely. See, one of the biggest fake news is about the fake news. They are saying that Vadarajan did not know. There is a tweet by Vadarajan on October 12th, and let me read this out. He's saying, apart from Meta's fabrication tag, some folks are saying we have been played. This is outlandish. This is ridiculous. Our stories come from multiple Meta sources whom we know, have met, and verified. So he's directly, personally saying he has met the Meta sources. They've directly verified it. It's not just one journalist.
Correct.
There are multiple sources of Meta.
Ladies and gentlemen, I believe that in this case, the ecosystem is making a terrible mistake. They don't need to own up for what Siddharth Vadarajan has done. If they do, Ghanshyam, they'll become culpable. Right now, they're becoming culpable. And viewers, that's all the time I have. We are tracking the Morbi investigation very closely. And why those at the top of the Oriva company have not been named or been questioned so far. Reporters are on the ground. I shall see you with more on that tomorrow. Till tomorrow evening, good night and goodbye.